So for those of you who are just joining, we do ask if you can change your name to your name and also your country. And then if you'd like to include whether you're a tech women or tech girl, you can say TW or TG, and that will help us as we put you all in breakout rooms. So first, I would just like to say thank you all for joining. We were even just talking briefly before. This year has been so unprecedented. We've had so many challenges, even within our own group that we have here today. So just thank you for taking the time. I know we all have very busy schedules, so we really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can kind of get a sense of what we have in store for today. So you can see here, this is our biannual regional Tech Women Summit. We actually just met with the Central Asian cohorts yesterday, so that was a really great meeting, and we're so excited to see you all today. I'll let Kelty go ahead and just kind of introduce generally what we'll be talking about, and then I'll go into the agenda.
Thank you, Haley. Yeah, it's so great to see everyone. Thank you for making time out of your busy schedules to be here. We're really excited to reconnect. Today, kind of like we did with the last summit, we just want to hear from all of you about what you've been up to since May, any updates that you might have. We realize, as Haley acknowledged, that it's been a difficult year and maybe not much has happened, and that's okay. This is really a chance for us to kind of think about strategies in terms of moving forward with your club activities, talk about some things that did work, and hear from other people about what worked and what their plans are. So really just to learn from one another and other alumni in your region who might be on the call, who haven't been as involved, to reignite club involvement for 2021. You're also going to be hearing from me and Legacy a little bit about some updates on our end in terms of additional funding for 2021 and some other resources that we think might be interesting to you when you're thinking through activities that you can do with your clubs next year.
Great, thank you, Kelty. So just to kind of give you guys an overview of the agenda, obviously we're doing the welcome and introductions. We also will have a quick opening activity that we'll be doing. And then after, as Kelty was alluding to, we'll be sharing some updates and resources on funding and different opportunities that we have. And then we really want to hear from you all of what you all have been up to. And that doesn't have to be, you know, we know with 2020, there hasn't been a lot that's been able to happen. So just hearing from you all, what are things you have been able to do? We've heard great things from different countries about things they've been able to do virtually and just spreading the word about the program. So we're really excited to hear about that. And then we'll have a chance to kind of recap with any questions that anyone has for different countries or people within their own country. We'll take, of course, a group picture, one of my favorites. And then we'll go into breakout rooms where you can meet with those in your country. And depending on how many individuals we have from each country, maybe we'll combine a few people. So we're really excited for you all to be able to meet with each other and kind of share ideas and next steps. And then after, we'll do a share out. So we'll be able to all hear about what was talked about in the breakout rooms, and then we'll just close with an activity. So to kind of go into this first activity, we really also want this time to be a space to reflect and think about, you know, what really is important this year and really what we're grateful for. So if you could just take a moment to think and reflect about, despite all the enormous challenges we've all faced on different levels, what are some things that you're grateful for? And if you could put those in the chat, and if there are a few people who would like to share that out, feel free to unmute yourself and share. But if you feel more comfortable putting in the chat, feel free to do so as well. Oops.
Hi there.
We can.
I had decided, so I start first.
Go ahead, Rim.
Okay. So yeah, it has been kind of a very special year, a very awkward one. It happened. I feel now that it went so fast, but it has a bit kind of different year. So for me, there has been a lot. Kelty was kind of emailing me through the year, and each time she emails me, I said, you know what, I just accepted a new job. Happened kind of 3 times this year. And yeah, this year kind of I moved to Toronto. I started kind of a new adventure, and it was nice. I really enjoyed it. So other than that, my family is safe, so that's very important. And I hope that it's the year that we adjust to this virtual situation to make us stronger, so that probably in the future we can make much more through online activities, and we. I think that this year I learned how to connect with people online,
Yes.
and yeah, it's the transition year for a better the better is to come. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Thank you so much, Rim. I really appreciate that. It is a huge transition year. I see Tama, you have your hand raised, and then we'll go to Nisreen.
Yes, I think this year we can agree that we are all grateful for the most basic stuff, being in the same home with family, health, even electricity or like internet, and but like to move like to go to the edge. I think I'm grateful for the digital transformation. I think it's a very important thing, and it needed a pandemic to happen and to really go into application or implementation correctly. And I'm also very, very grateful for the network, whether it's from Tech Girls, Tech Women, and all like the communities that I've engaged with in the past years. I think I pulled some strings this year to just deal with uncertainty in case like in so many ways, whether it's like career wise, education wise, or simple hobbies. So I think that's that would be my answer.
Great. Thank you so much, Tama. I think we have time for
أنا
three
اللي
more.
بعت
So
لها إنه هي
I see Nisreen, Mariam, and Surah. So Nisreen, go ahead. Awesome.
Actually, this year, I'm grateful for here in Lebanon, I guess we share the same thing, that we are grateful that we're still alive, but not physically only because of Corona or the Beirut blast or the financial crisis that we're facing since more than a year. But we're still positive. Our spirit is still living, because if you live and you survive physically, this is nothing. We are the Lebanese really survivors. So thanks God that we still have the strength to continue to make an impact, to try to help each other. Personally, on a personal level, it was a perfect year to change the standards, to standardize and live in new norms, to appreciate the smallest and the little, and the simplest thing. And basically, I worked a lot of myself this year, whether on my health, I changed in shape also, not only my mentality. And I just joined a new job. So 2 days ago, I was appointed as the executive director for a very important NGO in Lebanon. So I guess if I didn't pass through what happened during 2019, 2020, maybe I will not choose this as my full-time job, as I'm already in the social entrepreneurship field since Tech Women, and I always refer to Tech Women Impact. But this year, we appreciated a lot each other. And this is the strength. So thank you for the lessons 2020.
Thank you so much, Nisreen. Mariam, go ahead.
I guess I can speak for everyone when I say that this year was actually challenging. Wait, can you hear me? Because I don't see myself.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. So I can talk that this year is actually really hard, and our normal suddenly became like life-threatening in some cases. Like you can't just hug your dear ones or do the normal classic things that usually make you feel better. But I guess I can say that I'm really grateful for my surroundings, because they are the people that always gave me inspiration and always motivated me to keep moving forward and keep doing amazing things. Because without them, without their kind words, without their supports, I wouldn't have grown the way I did this year, and this is something I'm really thankful for.
Great. Thank you so much, Mariam.
Thank you.
Sarah, I see you. I'm just going to lower your hand.
Yep, here I am.
Great.
Hello, everyone. I hope you are all safe. So one of many things that I've learned in 2020 is actually not to rush things and to kind of obey the speed limits, and to work on, and to make sure that when I multitask something, I work on these things simultaneously, and to give my best to every task that I work on. I was a student at AUB, at the American University of Beirut. I was a scholarship student there, a pre-med student. And because of Corona and the unfortunate Beirut blast, I was not able to go back. So I missed some courses and many labs. So I had two options: to either change my major or to leave the university. So when I thought of it, it was a very difficult decision, because I had to make a decision to leave a university and a country that I truly love. And I feel like I have many friends in Lebanon now, and they are my second family. So I think that I learned this year is also that not everything that we plan for is going to happen, and that it's okay to wait, because it's very difficult to wait, but it's more difficult to regret a wrong decision that you took.
Thank you, Sarah. You are so wise. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that wonderful thought. And thank you to everyone who also shared your thoughts and reflections in the chat as well. These have been so beautiful to read through as well. So thank you all for sharing. It's been really inspiring. Just to kind of move on to our next item here, we have lots of resources and updates that we want to provide you as well. So I'll let Kelty kind of go through the first bit, and then I'll also add some.
Yes, thank you so much, Haley. In terms of resources that we are able to provide you as you're kind of thinking about getting your clubs on track and different activities that you might enjoy, I just wanted to give a reminder about our monthly enrichment webinars that TechWomen produces, usually the second Tuesday of each month. These are great opportunities for you all to hear from the TechWomen mentor community, and oftentimes fellows as well, on different topics of interest. So we'll have things about design thinking, or how to work together as a team, or best practices in working virtually with teams. So we have a lot of great things planned coming up for 2021. Tech Girls, you're all invited to those now as well. So we'll continue to advertise those, and we'd love to see your participation. If you can't make it, that's fine too. We also have recordings. So we think this will be a great way to get some more soft skills development if that's what your clubs are interested in as well. I also wanted to just share that recently, during our TechWomen Fall programming with our current cohort of participants, we've put together a resource, different resources of videos also for our participants to go through, asynchronous videos that cover different topics such as teamwork, design thinking, women in leadership, leadership insights, examples of social impact models. And these were so successful that we'd love to share that out with all of you. We think this could be a great resource for your clubs to watch through these videos that we've curated. We've also put together a list of discussion questions that you can go through together. So perhaps you could watch the videos independently, and then different club members could go through some of these discussion questions and talk about your impressions, talk about how this relates to your work or your goals, and talk about what you've learned. We found this very successful with our emerging leaders this year. They were also paired in small groups to go through this content together and have these rich discussions. So we'd love to be able to pass this resource on to all of you, since we know that we've heard sometimes it's difficult to think of different ways to engage online with each other during this interesting time. So we want to give you something that's kind of an off-the-shelf model that you can take and start using within your own clubs. So I'll definitely be sharing that information in a follow-up email, and hope that you all enjoy it.
Thank you, Kelty. So just to kind of add on to the different resources that we have available, We also have once we were able to communicate with you all and try to ask some questions about what would be helpful for you all to communicate and have a large platform to be able to provide opportunities, things like internships or just updates, we saw that there was a desire for the LinkedIn group. So we did go ahead and create that. Many of you all have already joined, and I'll be sharing the link with that shortly for those of you who still want to join the group. So even promoting the summits has been on there, and we really encourage this as a platform for you to utilize and post things that you're interested in, that you want that you know, tech girls or tech women to know about, or opportunities like hackathons. It really can be whatever is helpful for you. So we're really excited to continue to build that out. And thank you for those who are already using the platform and who've already joined. I also want to make a quick announcement that I'm really excited that the Tech Girls team is spearheading a new alumni engagement initiative called the Tech Girls Alumni Council. And this is an opportunity for tech girls who are looking for further engagement in the Tech Girls community to be able to gain some opportunities in networking and training, and also be able to give back to the program in a really unique way. So we are just starting our pilot year. So we were able to select 2 girls from each country. We do actually need a tech girl, 1 additional tech girl from Egypt. So if you know anyone who might be interested, please feel free to send them our way. I know we have some of the alumni council members on the call. So if you want to give like a clapping hands emoji or a thumbs up or something to indicate that you're on the call for the council, that would be great. And we have, just to give you a quick overview, we have Lydia and Hawa from Algeria who are going to be serving. We have Merhan from Egypt. So again, we have 1 more position spot that's been opened there. Farah and Surah from Jordan, Riwa and Yasmina from Lebanon, Khadija and Asma from Morocco, Taima and Lara from Palestine, Ons and Zainab from Tunisia. And we're really excited to be able to have them share a little bit more in the breakout rooms about some of their ideas and kind of formally introduce themselves as well. So that's going to be happening in the breakout room. And then finally, I'd just like to announce as well that with the Tech Talks that we have initiated, this is an alumni initiative as well that we started in September, where every other month we have tech women, we are inviting tech women, but it's hosted by tech girls who get to provide a short talk that's either inspiring or somewhat of a training. So we have 2 girls featured every time. We have a session for Q&A after, as well as kind of a networking discussion period. So that's on the 3rd Saturday of every other month. So we had one in September and November, and then we have an upcoming one in January, which will feature Zibo from Tajikistan in 2020, who it will be talking about how to apply and gain scholarships for international universities, including the United States, as she's just completed that process. And we're also going to be having Amel from Tunisia, who's going to be sharing some of her tips and resources on business marketing and finance in different areas and how to utilize that in technology. So hoping tech girls will be able to join. We'll also be promoting it on the LinkedIn group. So if there are any tech women who are excited to hear about the amazing things these tech girls are doing and get to know them, we'd love to have them there as well. So just to kind of continue forward, I think Kelty's going to be sharing a little bit about what funding is going to be looking like.
Great, thanks, Haley. Just in terms of reminders about round 2 funding, I know that most of your clubs have already received that, and we've been able to extend the utilization of those funds through 2021. Again, we realize it's been an unusual year and most of you haven't been able to go through all of that funding or even any of it, and that's okay. Just know that even in terms of the proposal that you originally submitted to me earlier this year, we know that things are changing, and as long as you're utilizing that funding in support of Tech Women and Tech Girls Club goals, that's completely fine. I just ask that you be in touch with me and be in touch with Haley and let us know what you're doing and let us know updates on how you're utilizing that funding. Again, just to reiterate what some of the goals are, it's to create deeper and sustained connections between the Tech Women and Tech Girls community. We know you're already doing a great job at that. Providing opportunities for personal and professional development for Tech Women and Tech Girls alumni, fostering continued interest and engagement in STEM with Tech Women and Tech Girls alumni, inspiring and engaging women and girls in STEM and local communities, and really establishing all of you as active leaders in the exchange alumni community. So as long as you're kind of addressing these particular goals, we're happy to see that you're changing some of your club activities that you may have originally put in your proposal. And then in terms of looking ahead throughout 2021, we did want to announce that there will be additional funding. So when you go into your breakout rooms and when you're thinking about planning for things that you might want to do with your club next year, do know that there will be additional funding apart from what you've already received with round 2 to help and support with your initiatives and your ideas. And so to make this process a little bit easier, we know it can be onerous for you to connect with Legacy during one round of funding and me with one round of funding. We are actually going to join forces and just ask that you submit one new proposal in 2021 for joint funding, which we will be able to send to you separately. And so this funding will be $1,750. So also please keep that in mind when you're meeting with your clubs, talking about ideas and activities, that you'll have this type of funding available to you. We'll definitely be in touch in the early months of 2021 with more information about what that joint funding will look like. We're still working on some templates and deciding the best way to announce this to you, but just want you to keep that in mind as you are planning for your clubs.
Thank you so much, Kelty. I see Shata, it looks like you have your hand raised. If you have a question.
Actually, I have a request regarding the previous slide in which you said that you will be having for the Tech Girls Council, and they will be doing webinars and so on. So as we have the Tech Girls, a new program or new application is coming and it's due in January. Can we do something across across countries webinar that we can invite local girls to attend, in which we have panel with different tech girls speaking about their experience. In Jordan we cannot do maybe a local outreach session we usually do each year, but as we are online now, can you do something for us that we can invite locally, or can we reach out? I don't know if you can send an email for the countries here. We can do something together for all the countries. I don't know. This was an idea since you mentioned the Tech Girls Council and the webinars.
Yes, great. Thank you so much for the question, Shata. That's wonderful. One great example that we also have from this kind of online opportunity is actually with the Tunisia Club. They've done an amazing job of being able to promote the application and being able to highlight these things online. So I know that there are some countries who are already doing that and spreading the word through kind of that online webinar platform. I do think that this is something that we're really excited for the clubs to be able to enact. So I really think that you all know the local cultural context and trust that you all will be able to, provide the information. And you guys have done such an amazing job in the past years of hosting those in-person opportunities. So being able to translate that virtually is definitely a really good option, where I know so many countries are still completely shut down. And I also encourage you to work closely with the embassies. They really are your advocates for this, and especially as the situation is so fluid, where some countries are a little bit more open than others. They're really wanting to be conscious of following local regulations regarding COVID. So definitely deferring to the embassies as well is going to be really important to what they recommend in online platforms. And I know with some of the embassies, as well as the Jordanian embassy, the US embassy in Jordan is really, with Ben and Rowan, they're really excited to support you guys, and I think would be a great resource in planning some kind of online virtual event and getting the word out with that. So definitely we're here to support you and translating those things online, and also the embassies are a great resource. I see Sarah, you also have a question?
Can I just
Sure.
can I just put a pinpoint on that a little bit?
Sure.
Shata, it's a great idea to do virtual information sessions because this is a program for minors, and the embassy really is very involved at the local level. Talk to the embassy staff, and then they will push it out also on their channels. But we have to let you guys do that locally as opposed to organizing something from the US for that purpose.
Surah is leading and Farah is leading on that, but maybe we'll reach out to the, maybe we will host some girls from Lebanon or Palestine or anyone who's interested with our virtual, having the context of other girls with us in the panel, maybe will add other dimension to the youngsters to see. But we'll take that with Farah and Surah. We'll let them reach out for the Tech Girls Council. Maybe they will have someone who will volunteer to join.
Perfect, thank you. I see, Surah, you had your hand raised too, so this is a good time to loop you in here.
Yeah, thank you, Haley. So I would like to continue and to add up on what Shada has said. So first, I reached to the embassy in Tunisia and Ben, and they replied to me that they will get back to me, but I will send them another follow-up email. So when I was thinking of organizing an outreach session, the Tech Girls, some of the Tech Girls, we reconnected with Shada on our WhatsApp group, but unfortunately, there isn't that much number of the Tech Girls alumni on WhatsApp group. So Shada and I thought that we should start off by inviting the Tech Girls to the WhatsApp group so we can know who are interested in organizing and taking part in organizing the outreach session. So as Shada has suggested in the comments, and thank you, you replied to her, that we would like to have an updated list of the emails, because when we had our meeting with the evaluator, Basma, the Jordanian group, many of the older alumni said that they are not receiving emails from the embassy or legacy, so they're not aware of the activities and the events that are taking place. So I think as the Jordanian Tech Girls Tech Women Club, we can start off by having a list of updated emails so we can reach out to the Tech Girls and the Tech Women as well.
Great, thank you, Surah. Yeah, we've been working closely with Dexis to try to get updated contact information. It is really challenging when girls go to different schools, go to universities, tend to move around the world. It's hard to kind of keep up with them. So that's definitely been an ongoing project to get updated contact information for all of them. So I have been, regularly updating the contact list, but I'll definitely keep referring to, the new information that we're getting. And also rely on you all to help, if you know an older alumni, what's your updated email, what's your updated phone, so that we can add that as well. And yeah, that's definitely an ongoing project that we're doing. I see there's a couple more questions that I want to make sure that I take, and then we can continue on with some updates. I see Riwa was next with having her hand raised, and I saw also, Riwa, thank you for talking about there's an info session coming up in Lebanon for the upcoming application.
Yes, thank you. I wrote it already in the chat, but I want to mention it again in case someone missed it. We're having the info session on December 26th. And we're already having Tech Girls from different countries, from Central Asia and from the MENA region. So if any Tech Girls here who didn't know about this, you're all welcome to join, and we'd love to have all Tech Girls, because we really want to focus on this part, the cultural exchange of Tech Girls. We really want to show this to the girls. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Riwa. I love that you're combining not only multi-countries, but multi-regions. If you have any kind of marketing or information and materials that you want to share with me, I've been able to share some of those info session information out on the Instagram story and our different social media platforms. So
You've already done it.
Yes, yeah,
I've already done it.
Anything else, yeah, just let me know. I'm really excited.
We shared it under US Altech, under the club.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Riwa, for this. Sorry for interrupting, but we have shared it under US Altech, the club TechWomen-TechGirls. And I saw that TechGirls page already reshared the story. I remember.
Absolutely.
But we can send it to you over, Riwa, please.
Perfect. Yes, and we'll be sure to kind of highlight it again once it gets closer to the date. That's super exciting. So definitely, I would encourage you to contact Riwa or maybe Nasreen if you want to get more involved in that event. I see Ons, you had your hand raised, so I'll lower it for you.
Hi, everyone. So I wanted to follow up on the info sessions that you guys were talking about. So in our case in Tunisia, we wanted to have some sort of a whole month in which we're hosting different info sessions in different parts of the country, and also trying to access some local radios to do some interviews with them. We had the permission to access some of them, but some others didn't give us the permission because of the local conditions of the spread of COVID-19. So we were planning to do our interviews over the phone. And the event is named Feel the Tech, and it's happening during this whole month. I really like the idea of the girls of hosting an info session that gathers tech girls from different regions and different parts of the world. So I would really love to connect with Riwa, for example, and host like a common event together as per like Feel the Tech for us and as part of the event that are going on for you.
Thank you so much, Ans. Yes, I'm so excited for that event. I also encourage you all, this is the perfect thing to also be sharing in the clubs as well with the LinkedIn group. So if you're wanting to get the word spread out or having that opportunity for other tech women or tech girls to get involved, definitely encourage you to also be posting it in the group so we can kind of translate that across countries. Thank you so much, Ans. The last question I see, Wafa, you had your hand raised, so go on ahead.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Hi, lady. Yeah, nice to see you as well. And I'm very happy to be in the summit today. So I wanted to share some info regarding our activities here in Algeria. Unfortunately, due to the COVID, you know, we couldn't hold our supposed summit here in Algeria, but this didn't deprive us to participate in many activities, especially dedicated to women. And the last one was still we are involved in as a mentor, as a peer advisor in the TechWomen fellow, Algerian fellow. And regarding the other activities, I was involved with students lately in the framework of the US Algerian Foundation. And I participated in the AI track to teach master and doctorate students. We held a dedicated track for AI. The other thing is, as I am involved as women in data science, I was appointed a few days ago as ambassador to Algeria, to women in data science ambassador to Algeria. We plan to hold in the framework of our collaboration with the Stanford University. We are supposed to hold our event in March in collaboration with Stanford University's event. And also we are collaborating with the US embassy in Algiers, as I am also involved as a member of the steering committee of the Algerian alumni. So we are trying to give them some insights about our club, about our activities here in Algeria. So on the other hand, I had the chance this year to have my award as a Microsoft Regional Director renewed for the second year. So I have been renamed as Microsoft Regional Director by Microsoft this year for 2021. The other thing is that Microsoft also named me as ambassador, a human of IT ambassador to the world. So I think despite the fact of all the difficulties that we are seeing with COVID, it didn't deprive us from holding new position and join it, reaching students even via Zoom or via other tools. What matters here is that we continue spreading hope and continue sharing knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wafa. You sound like you are just busy as usual. You're amazing, doing so many things. Thank you so much for your leadership and just all of your work with the club in Algeria. It's so inspiring. Thank you for all your updates. I think Kelty's going to continue to, she's been coordinating with the different committee members on who will be sharing out from the club. So it sounds like we just heard from Algeria. Kelty, I'll let you continue.
Yeah, thank you so much, Haley. Let's see, do we have anyone from Egypt? Gada, I know that I see you on here. Would you be able to provide any updates? And again, it's completely fine if there aren't very many. Basically, we just want to hear how you're connecting with Tech Women and Tech Girls alumni in your country, any connections that you've had with the embassy, any ideas that you've been talking about, and of course, anything that you may have done since May.
Okay, thanks, Kelty. Hello, everyone. Actually, it's been really an interesting year, and we really glad that try to overcome all the challenges and keep in touch with Tech Women fellows and also the emerging leaders of this year. And I have the honor to be the peer advisor for Tech Women, the emerging leaders for Team Egypt. So we basically stay in contact and actually support each other. And I'm sharing my previous experience as a Tech Women, a previous emerging leader, and now a fellow with the current emerging leaders, so they can learn more and make the best out of their experience when they have the chance to get to the US. And also in contact with the impact coaches of the country, whether the current ones or my previous ones. Yeah, actually, this is one of the positive things about this year, that I kept in contact with Tech Women, and we kept supporting each other. For Tech Girls, I had the honor to be selected as a champion, but the plan is to be postponed next year, and I hope to meet all the Tech Girls. And also, my intention and my plan is to be always in contact with Tech Women Tech Girls Club, and we'll like pay more and spend more time focusing on the contact between the Tech Women and the Tech Girls leaders in Egypt, and also to stay in contact with the embassy. So far, with the embassy, things were been virtual, but nothing in place, unfortunately, due to COVID-19. But hope things will change in 2021. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Gada.
Thank you. Thanks, Kelty.
Let's see, let's move on to Jordan then. Dalal, I know you had said you could provide updates, but anyone else on the call is welcome to jump in too. But Dalal, let's start with you.
Sure. Happy to see all those faces. Really, we missed you so much. And sorry for the interruption at the beginning. I had to run from a meeting to this meeting, so apologies. So yeah, as you know earlier, that we don't have those much updates for Jordan, so we didn't gather since then because of the current situation and the commitment of most of the Tech Women and Tech Girls. But yeah, I encouraged all of the Tech Women and Tech Girls to join this meeting to hear about the other countries' experiences. We might have some inspiration to see how we can conduct an online workshops or activities for our community. And yeah, no major updates, but yeah, it is really nice to see all of you and hear about all the club's activities. And maybe my colleagues have something in mind because of the coming opportunity for funding. Maybe some of them have some ideas that we can benefit from those fundings. So I leave the floor for my colleagues.
Great, thank you, Dalal. Yeah, go ahead, Chata.
And I just to add that maybe you didn't have a straightforward, let's say, activities. But you know what, I think Tech Women and Tech Girls were mentoring through the year. So for example, Batul Liqda, she was a high school, she had the exams and she really had the good marks in the Tawjihi. I don't know if she's with us, congrats. But she reached out to me to ask about her choice when when she applies to the university, what she will put, which university to go. So just to tell you, so maybe there is no direct, let's say, events happening, but rest assured that we are coordinating together. We already have a good network and we are reaching to each other whenever we need help. And that's it. This is what I wanted to comment.
Great, thank you so much. I think it's just a feat staying in contact and supporting one another as you're able. So that's great to see that that's happening and that you're still all actively involved with each other. Did anyone else from Jordan want to jump in? Okay, no problem. Let's move on to Lebanon then. Nasreen, would you be willing to start us off and give some updates?
Yes.
Dilal, I can relate. Okay. Okay, hi all. Nice to meet you, but I'm outside, sorry. But I need to talk about what we are working in Tech Women Alumni here in Jordan. Actually, me and Dilal worked hard to make the plan for 2021. But for myself, I made the first session in Galaxy and we made it with Hailey. And now we are working to highlight what we can do with Surah. So I will let Dilal talk more. So because the sound is not good here. Thank you all. Miss you all, really.
Thank you, Rima. Dalal, did you have anything else to add before we move on?
So nothing really to add, actually. Yeah, we're in the planning stage. We're planning to meet soon with all who are interested to be part of the coming activities. We still have some money. We need to spend it wisely. So having Surah back to Jordan and having those ladies who are still interested in doing some activities, hopefully we're gonna meet soon. And maybe now in the breakout rooms also we can discuss some things.
Definitely. Great, thank you.
Sorry, you're on mute, Kelty.
Sorry, Nasreen, apologies. Please go ahead with your updates.
Yes, sure. No, I'm loving the smiles of the ladies from Jordan. So for Lebanon, to be honest, as you may know, that after the financial crisis and the Corona problem, we had the Beirut explosion, and we're still recovering from it. However, no activities has been done directly through the club, honestly. So the budget is still there. So that's why the extension is really important for us to have more time to do activities. However, the connection and the target of this club is still there, where there is a lot of people from Tech Women and Tech Girls are being engaged together. And we have proofs on this, like we have done an initiative, me and Sabine Kai, also a Tech Women alumni. We have done an initiative and got a fund from the US Department of State that is the Virtual STEAM Film Club. And many of the Tech Girls are being loyal club members and official club members with us. And they are telling also their Tech Girls alumni fellow about this. So the engagement is there. And I believe like Lara is here with us also. Lara has done a lot for the Tech Girls alumni for some of them. So the bond between the Tech Women and the Tech Girls is there in Lebanon, and this is something really good. However, for the plan, we had a plan in latest September, and we still not be able to do it, honestly. So in September, we have brainstormed a virtual boot camp, if we can call it, or a virtual series of workshops that can be done virtually for the Tech Women and the Tech Girls alumni, and also for the people who are interested, Like we can use the skills of the tech women and let them do workshops online, whether for the tech girls and or for the public, to maybe technical workshops, maybe ideation workshops, maybe business workflows workshops. So this was in mind, and we still want to do it. But honestly, we're going to postpone it till the first quarter of the 2021. So the situation might be much better in Lebanon, especially that now everything is online and really people are not able to cooperate after the crisis and after the Beirut blast. Many people have lost their houses. So we have chosen to postpone it a bit. However, we are working now offline, and this will be online soon, to do like a survey between the tech women and the tech girls in Lebanon, really what they need now, because our needs have changed throughout the year and what we have passed in Lebanon. So we're thinking about doing maybe a questionnaire, a survey, or maybe it can be like a friendly talk with these alumni. What do you really need from this club? Maybe some people will need the help in with a specialty something, or they need another help, or maybe they need us to be on the ground with them as this club. So this is our plan to start with, and then maybe to proceed with the ideas that we had in mind. And Lara, maybe she has some input to tell. So that's it.
Yeah, hello everyone. I mean, I would add too, I mean, Nasreen, again, this year, every time we would plan something, things happen and the requirements change, but we understand, like, I mean, with the tech girls and the youth, there's a major crisis today with opportunities, with education, with a lot of things. And with the tech women, it's even more challenging because job opportunities, even finding the right resources. So we still believe in the power of a network that we need to create, but every time we reach out, I mean, there's low engagement at this point because everyone's super busy or overwhelmed. So yeah, that's why we decided to postpone it. And again, we want to bring everyone together and see how we can create a solution that meets their needs, hopefully 2021. But I mean, unfortunately, I'm leaving Lebanon in a few weeks. But I will stay, because of the virtual thing, I think I can stay connected with the club. And we can still create a better impact next year. Let's see.
Great, thank you both. It certainly has been a challenging year, and we appreciate you still being so committed and involved and connecting with each other despite all of these challenges. I know that's kind of a common theme, is planning for something and then realizing that it can't happen. That's definitely a theme for the Tech Women team too, planning for something and then realizing you have to pivot and it can't happen. So we appreciate all of your insights there. All right, let's see. Is there anyone from Morocco on the call that can give updates? I see Hannah, Tech Girls, and a few others. Ikram, Salma, does anyone have any updates about the club or just being able to connect with other alumni in your region or the embassy?
Hey everyone, do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, so hi KLT, so always a pleasure to see you and also all the ladies. So basically, I will not lie, I will not be able to update you about the club because let's say that I am not in the lead, and we don't, the person who is in the lead, I think Kelty, I already sent you some mails to ask you to be in the loop, to be able to be updated, to keep going with everything. But basically we have no news, and this is still keep going here in Morocco. But with Hannah, we were working together like in the past when she got back from Lebanon, and I am really sorry about everything that's happened there. So we were able to work together. But for my side, I was working with the emerging leaders, the new TechWomen 2021, and we were preparing everything before that. The peer advisor was another TechWomen that I stepped back from what I was doing with them. But also I am continuing with some TechWomen alumni, so we are connected with some of them, not all of them, but also I'm still connected with the TechWomen worldwide. And we were aiming to open an NGO here in Morocco, TechWomen-TechGirls, to be able to connect and make everything work. But what happened is that we didn't got back from the other one, and we have the person who is in lead is not really working, collaborating with us. So basically we don't know, we are really stuck. So, and to be able to get off this situation, we're thinking about building a website. So to talk about TechWomen, to make it like, I wanted to make my skills to profit for the community, because I am capable to develop the website by my own, then the storytelling and all. But we were blocked again by one TechWomen alumna who said to us that she didn't want to be listed in this website. She didn't want us to put the picture. She didn't want us to talk about her. And the problem was that every single picture we have, she is in it. So and we were like stuck, what we can do. So we were thinking with the Ikram Shikhawi, who is also a TechWomen, and also with Hana Dani, with Maha and Salma, to just create the NGO, then to launch the website, to be able to just make it happen in Morocco. So this is for the TechWomen-TechGirls. For me, I was in contact with the US Embassy. I provided with the Wafa and a workshop for the new emerging leader about pitching. And also I was I am the director of the Ignis Worldwide. I was aiming to just gather the TechWomen alumna to be able to talk about the IT skills and to have a career path in the IT, not just keep going with science, technology and all. So it was like a really busy year for everyone. We were trying to make it hard, but actually I think that Hannah can talk also about it. We want to really make it work here in Morocco, because a lot of people want to talk about TechWomen. We want to gather the whole community around us in this thing. But it's quite difficult when you don't have any sight about anything happening, when people are not answering, they are not providing you with the data, they are not providing you with the updates, and then you are just receiving a call saying that you don't have the right to do this, or you don't have the right to do that, you have to stop, or you don't have. So this is something that we want to do. We have energy. I have many TechWomen with me who want to make it, but how we will be able to do it if we are not allowed, if it's prohibited, if it's forbidden to be done. And also, if we talk with the US Embassy, it's the other person who is in lead. So basically, it's redirected to her. Then after that, she is postponing everything and not getting back to us. So we don't really know how we can handle it. Thank you, and sorry for that.
Yeah, thank you, Salma. I know there's been some challenges in terms of who's leading in Morocco and who's being involved, and so we appreciate that feedback. Hannah, do you have anything to add, or Ikram on the call?
Yeah, hello. I'm Hannah Dani, Morocco, TechGirls 2018. So yeah, I think Salma pretty much summed it up. What's happening with the whole club? It's hectic, to say the least. And I'm really glad that I've seen some people just like Salma and I and many others who really want to make a change, who really trying so hard. So I guess that is a huge thing for me, because it's better than just staying alone. So yeah, I'm very glad. Well, personally, I came back from Lebanon, and since I'm an AUB student, it's been like very hard with the whole online study and stuff, but managed to get into a Google program like the Inside Look 2020, and it was really nice. It's basically like a 2 days immersive program where you learn about working at Google and what does it take to be a software engineer. So I think it was a very huge opportunity as a tech girl and like a current computer science student. Although it really showed me, like, it makes you like wonder whether you want that career path or not, because it's really difficult. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. I've been like still active, just trying to help out people during the application time of TechGirls and the MEPTL. So yeah, hopefully everything works out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hannah. Great to hear. Yeah, I think just hearing from other clubs about strategies, we know club leadership is something that we want all of you to discuss in your breakout rooms. Obviously, we've seen clubs, take control in different regions. You can always connect alumni on your own and come up with activities that you want to do on your own. That's not something that you necessarily need to go through any club leaders, though of course you should be in contact with them to see what's going on. But the club is really your own. It belongs to everyone. And so particularly with virtual events, you have contact lists for all of the alumni. We do encourage you to reach out to everyone. And if there's something that you are seeing that isn't happening in your country and you want to make happen, I think absolutely go for it. We're here to support you. And we'll certainly keep that in mind with funding in terms of, who that funding is going to and what activities you're proposing. But we've seen particularly in Central Asia where there's different point people in different regions, different cities. And so it doesn't have to be exactly one person. So just keep that in mind as you're in your breakout room and talking about things that you want to do. Make sure that it's coming from all of you as well, if there's interest behind it with other tech women and tech girls. So I'm going to move on. Do we have anyone from the Palestinian Club that would like to give updates? Yes, Taima, thank you.
We have so many amazing tech women that moved to do graduate studies. That's why they're not really here with us today. But I'm really happy to tell you our updates. We partnered with the Arab Week and did virtual tech talks from June all the way to August, almost monthly, about so many different topics in tech. And the good thing about it is that it was open for everyone. It wasn't really like an exclusive TechWomen-TechGirls event. We also partnered with Coursera and the Najah University and provided and did like an online learning initiative. We provided 10,000 licensed courses for free for people in so many different in different countries. And so far, this had those were our activities. We're aiming to partner with the Lebanese club, the TechWomen-TechGirls Lebanese club, for the Tech Girls announcement or like application filling event, which will happen soon. And yeah, we're open we're trying to have like reunions, constant, especially for years, because you can see like so many of us like are 2017. We're trying to have so many reunions. We're trying to make the most out of the virtual the virtual situation. So yeah.
Thank you, Taima. I love that. I think that's one of the good things about virtual. If people are away at university or move to different countries, you can still stay connected through some of these virtual events. So I love that you're finding ways to still collaborate and connect with each other. Thank you for sharing. All right, I'm going to move on to our final club update. Last but not least, Tunisia. I know we have Ans and Reem. So whoever would like to start us off, please do go ahead.
Hi.
Hello. Yes, go ahead, Ons.
Okay. So for this year, I feel glad that yes, as you know, for the situation of the COVID, we were not able to host most of our planned events. But in the last month, we met up with the other tech women and tech girls who were active in the club, and we said that we need to create like an A plan and a B plan for the upcoming months, so that we can make sure that regardless of the COVID situation in Tunisia, we can have something going on for the club. So the first thing we started like with getting feedback about the past events that we have organized. Thanks to Reem, we were able to add more people on board. So she like brought together a lot of people who are interested in the club, and we were able to extend the list of tech women and tech girls who were active among us. And we were lucky having a lot of active tech girls and tech women who were joining us. For example, Mariam, who is a 2020 tech girl. Yes, she did not participate in an in-person program in the United States, but she joined us. and she is a great and active member as part of the Feel the Tech event that we're currently working on, and she can participate in future events of the club. So we have met for a couple of times, and we created sort of a plan for our upcoming year. I don't know if I'm allowed to share my screen or not, but if I'm not allowed, I can just talk about the events.
I think you should be able to. Is that right,
Yes.
Haley and Bernie?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, we do now. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So our first event is Feel the Tech event. I have previously talked about it. It's from 15 days to 1 month, and we're currently joining lots of national radios and creating info sessions about the program in different high schools. We also got in touch with our embassy, and they were very glad to join us in this event. They said that they are not able to kind of host an event for now because they have previously done like an open day in which they have talked about all the exchange programs available for Tunisians, but they have sent us a couple of plans that we can create together and link another event with the embassy to our Feel the Tech event. Honestly, we did not create a fixed plan for now, but once we get something like fixed with our embassy, we will surely share our updates with you. So the second type of events that we're planning on hosting is some talks. So we got inspired from the tech talks that are happening as part of the TechWomen-TechGirls community, and we wanted to bring that same concept to do it locally with students, girls, and women from our country. So we wanted to create a concept of some interactive talks in which we can invite national and international speakers. So our first target for the speakers is the TechWomen-TechGirls network. Once we have the event coming up, I think the first event will be in February, we will surely post on our LinkedIn and try to invite tech women who can be speakers for us. We will also try to partner with local organizations in Tunisia and try to spread it among many participants. So we want to have some talks about like good topics like careers in the dynamic field of tech, and also host like Q&A and discussions with our participants. So our A plan is to host this event in like a local place in Tunisia or a youth house or an NGO. But if we cannot make it, we will surely switch to online at any moment. So such events give us like flexibility to whether host them in person or to do them online. So with such type of events, we're sure that we can do something dependent on the current situation in our countries. The last type of events are the trainings. So we want to target in our trainings students who are coming from like hard backgrounds and conditions. One of our tech women, she wants to host a training in 3D and programming basics for students who can access youth houses, or generally students who have financial issues, because the youth houses in Tunisia are free. So the students who go there are generally students who cannot pay for like the paid activities or workshops. So she wants to do for them like a 3 to 4 day training to like introduce them to some of the great technologies that can like help them get an insight of what is it like to be a student in the tech field, because unfortunately in our education system we're very backwarded with what we study when it comes to STEM and technology. So such activities will help them like further plan for their future and for their upcoming studies. And another training that we plan to host is a training for children and youth in the SOS villages. I don't know if you're aware of what SOS villages are. These are like villages that group together the children and youth that have like lost their parents, or probably their parents didn't want to raise them or something. So they all live together in these villages. We have contacted them. They said that probably we won't be able to access the village to do the training there. So we are currently discussing with them some ways of like probably bringing some of the kids from the youth village and doing the event in another place, or probably another plan is like to pay for them like a certain like internet like fee or something, so that they can use that internet and we can host the event online. So we're always discussing multiple ways, and hopefully we're finding like a way that suits and works for everyone. One last thing that I didn't add to this document is like to do webinars and such summits with the Tech Women and Tech Girls in Tunisia. So we have lots of ideas, and we're currently doing them based on their order of priority. So that's pretty much everything for me.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Yes, lots of clap emojis going around. I love your idea of just making things flexible. I think that's something we've all learned this year, where even if we might plan an in-person event, being ready to pivot and do something virtual if needed, or just having different types of events that really meet your community's needs. People are interested in different types of things and engaging in different ways, and giving people a menu of options to be able to participate in the ways that make most sense to them is amazing. So thank you so much for sharing that. And we can't wait to hear about all of your progress.
Great. Thank you so much, Kelty. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen briefly again, just so we can see where we are now. Thank you again to all the clubs for sharing your updates, whether regardless of what they look like, as well as your questions and challenges. This is really helpful to be able to all hear from each other. So before we move into our breakout rooms and of course do our group picture, I'd love to just take a couple minutes to hear from anyone who would like to ask or share any comments or questions for any of the clubs. It could be someone from your own country if you're wanting to get more involved in the club, or if you're really inspired by one of the other clubs, you could ask about their leadership structure, or you know, how they were able to enact what they did. So would just like to open it up to everyone. Does anyone have any questions for anyone in the room? You can feel free to ask them in the chat, or also just go ahead and unmute yourself. Great. Well, if there are no questions, we'll definitely make sure that you guys have plenty of time to meet in your breakout rooms. So before we go ahead and take our group picture, if you want to go ahead and turn on your camera, if you'd like to be seen in the picture, I'd love to see all of your beautiful faces. Just to also give you a sense while we're getting cameras turned on, with our breakout rooms, since we have a smaller group with us today, we're going to be breaking you into multiple country groups. So we're going to have Algeria and Egypt paired together. We're also going to have Jordan, Lebanon, and Morocco paired together, and then Palestine and Tunisia. And that way, hopefully, you'll be able to actually share best practices and challenges with each other and bounce ideas off of each other. And I'll explain a little bit more about how that'll all work in a minute. So I see lots of cameras turning on. So I'm going to be taking 2 pictures just so you guys have a heads up. So I will be asking you all to smile twice, because your first or second screen may or may not be my first or second screen. So last call for anyone who would like to have their camera turned on. And again, just smile for both pictures. So we're going to go ahead and count down from 3 for the first one. You can do heart emojis or anything you'd like to add. So counting down, get your hair ready. Mine's pulled back for a reason. Okay, counting down from 3. 3, 2, 1, smile. So beautiful. We're going to do one more. All right, counting down from 3. 3, 2, 1, smile. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I love it. And I love all the emojis. Thank you so much. So just to give you all a sense of what the breakout rooms are going to look like. So again, we're going to have Algeria and Egypt put together. We're going to have Jordan, Lebanon, and Morocco together, and then Palestine and Tunisia. And hopefully, again, that'll give you guys a chance to share with each other. We've had some people hopping in and out. So if for some reason you don't automatically go to a room, I'll redirect you. So don't worry, just hold on tight. And staff members are going to be dispersed throughout the rooms, but we'll just have our video and audio turned off. We're really only there for technical problems. So if it's more comfortable for you all to speak and communicate in Arabic, feel free to do so. We're really just here for support in the background. So feel free to share and speak as you wish. And I'm going to go ahead and open the breakout room. So hang on tight. We're going to have about 15 minutes there for you all to share, and then we're going to come back to the main room and be able to share out. So we do ask if someone can kind of self-appoint themselves to take notes and also be ready to share out to the group. That would be really helpful, just so we can hear from each breakout room, because not all of us are fluent in Arabic. So that would be great. I'll go ahead and open the breakout rooms. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, just some things to talk about in the breakout rooms could be your club leadership, your structure, rotation, any things that you're looking forward to planning in the next 3 to 6 months in terms of projects or activities, ways to engage more alumni, or anything that you've actually heard in these updates that makes sense for all of you. So just especially now that you're speaking to other clubs, you can certainly share about what's been successful and give each other some more ideas. So whatever makes most sense of any of these questions, we encourage you to connect about that, and can't wait to hear what you have to share afterwards.
Great, thank you, Kelty. Yeah, I was getting ahead of
Yeah, no
myself
problem.
here. So I will just copy and paste the questions as well for you all to be able to share if you'd like to have some direction in the conversation. So just give me 1 second. So here are some of the questions you can share if you'd like, and I'll just open the breakout room. So have fun. We'll see you soon. Thank you all so much for participating in the breakout rooms. And I was hopping around and heard some really good conversations and questions and challenges and ideas being shared. So really appreciate everything. We'll also be doing kind of a recap of our own, but first we want to hear from you all from each of the different breakout rooms, kind of what some of the things that you heard, common challenges, or you know, how to build momentum, or you know, different feedback that you all have. So who would like to share out first? We can do with the first breakout room with Algeria and Egypt, maybe, if someone would like to share.
Okay, so I will share. We have talked about different obstacles we had for clubs in Egypt and in Algeria. We have talked about how we have spent this year and about online events, what we did, personal life events, and also professional life events, and also TechGirls, TechWomen Club events. We have talked about what we were supposed to do, but we couldn't, and what were our priorities for each club. Like for Algeria, we thought about mentoring, and for Egypt, about advertising TechWomen-TechGirls, especially TechGirls program. And we have also talked about our future projects and the first events that we are looking forward to do as soon as possible in person. And yeah, and then we talked about a little bit about our personal obstacles we had during this pandemic. And I think that's it, if anyone can add anything.
Thank you so much, Lydia.
Welcome.
Awesome. I would love to hear, I know there was quite a few people in the Jordan, Lebanon, Morocco Zoom breakout room. So if anyone would like to share from that club, just some of the reflections there.
Okay, so we discussed what things or how can we involve the new tech girls in the activities, and we asked them what do they expect of the activities as well. This was Riwa's idea, and the plan that Lebanon the plan of Lebanon is to involve the new tech girls because they are always looking forward to the activities and the events, and we also discussed how we can collaborate with each other. And Salma from Morocco, she asked how we as Club Jordan Lebanon, we are involving the tech girls. And I suggest that we have a common point, an NGO or an activity that we can refer to, or an NGO that every club can work with. For example, if we have an NGO and this NGO has offices in Jordan, Lebanon, and Morocco, we can have this NGO and we can work with this NGO as a clubs and we can collaborate with them.
Thank you, Surah. Anyone from Lebanon or Morocco that would like to share? And also, I'm so sorry if Egypt as well from the first breakout room, if anyone from there would like to share too.
Surah just said, so we were discussing also what is the project that we can do like for the next 3 months or 6 months. And the ladies all came out with the fact that we can do.
Salma, I'm sorry, could you turn up your volume a little bit? We're having a hard time hearing you.
Do you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you.
Thank you. So I was saying that the old ladies, like we were talking about how we can do for the next 3 months or 6 months. And we were thinking about having a cross-country project altogether. So I proposed to have a boot camps about the jobs, the workshops, and all. We have Selena who proposed to have an online hackathon, like with Ikram, they are the new one. We have Lara who suggested to have a channel about TechWomen-TechGirls, monitoring them, and then we have Shada that said that we can just do some new soft skills that they.
Salma, I'm sorry, I think we're losing you again.
So
there
yes,
you go.
and we have Riwa who proposed to have the orientation departure for the new tech girls, like an online one. And we have Mari who told us that we can use the funds to have a stipend for the internet if someone in, we have like an event in February, for example, and we have the Zoom subscriptions for the groups and the club. And then we have someone in the country who can't have the internet, we can just pay for them a stipend of 1 month, I guess. And also that's we can just try to gather everyone, and the ladies proposed to have all the tech girls, the new one, involved with us, then to be capable to do that. And the Mary provide us with some advices to be able to have the momentum in the end for creating a new thing. So I think we will try to keep going, Jordan and Lebanon, along with Morocco. You have my promise to be there. If we want to create something for the whole community, TechWomen-TechGirls, not just for each country.
Thank you so much. That's really, really exciting. I love those ideas. I also love the comments as well about really engaging the new tech women and tech girls. I really do think that is a really good idea. I think also particularly for this year's new tech women and tech girls, since they haven't had the in-person experience, they're really hungry to be able to connect to the cohorts and really kind of have that engagement. So I think in this virtual space we're in, that's really exciting to hear about wanting to tailor things to the new cohorts that are just joined. Anyone else, Egypt or Lebanon, that wanted to speak before we go to our last breakout room?
Okay, before I leave, I'm sorry because I'll have to leave in 5 minutes for another meeting with work. But I'd like to share it's been really a fruitful meeting with Team Algeria. It was really inspiring that we exchanged ideas and we knew the priorities for each club. And this year, unfortunately, there weren't events, but we will be planning for 2021, setting more important events for for marketing for the two programs. Also, some awareness campaigns in terms of sustainable development and environmental management, and will be also like a mentoring session for how to select the STEM field for tech girls. But hopefully we can achieve this in 2021 and overcome all the obstacles we faced in 2020, hopefully.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. It is so
Thanks a lot,
inspiring.
Haley.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. And I love the idea of that mentoring within the clubs themselves as well as externally. I think that's a really unique and rich thing about the Tech Women and Tech Girls cohorts. And I think it's something that's really exciting, even just with the Alumni Council as well. So thank you for that. I'd love to give the last breakout room, Palestine and Tunisia, a chance to share anything that they gained from their breakout rooms.
Okay, hello. So I'm going to share what we talked about. So first of all, we talked about our experiences in each other's countries, and it was pretty fun. And then we suggested hosting successful sessions and trainings for technical and soft skills that TechGirls need, and we suggested that we have to make it attractive and interesting, and maybe why not including TechGirls from other countries. And we also talked about how to be an ambassador and broadcast the experience to girls, not only in schools, but also online, or by writing blogs or creating videos, and identify the key knowledge from the exchange programs. So we also talked about the goals, for example, the goals of Field Tech that our Tunisian Tech Women Club is working on right now. So the first goal is to widen the reach of the Tech Girls Tech Women Club, because in Tunisia, and especially in cities other than the capital, the Tech Girls program is not quite popular. So Field Tech is going to help widen the reach, because we are going to host events in Sfax and Kairouan, which are far away from Tunis. And we thought outside the box, because we are not going to only host info sessions in schools, but we are also going to, we went to radios. Mariam went to the Sabra FM radio, and Ons and I are planning to go to radio in Sfax, and we are also going to go live in Facebook. And our next goal is to promote the culture of exchange programs in Tunisia and in Palestine, because like not all pupils and especially girls know that there are exchange programs and that they can develop their skills and improve themselves through these opportunities. And finally, for example, in Field Tech, we are planning to highlight the TechGirls program from different perspectives, because I am a TechGirl 2019, Ons is from the 2017 cohorts, and Mariam is a TechGirl 2020. So we didn't have the same experience, and this is interesting because we are going to talk about different things, how I went to NASA, how Ons went to Google, how Mariam attending the Tech Girls online. So that's basically what we talked about. If Taima wants to add anything.
I think Zainab, you rocked it. Yeah, I second whatever Zainab said, and I think it's really important to reiterate on the idea of engaging new tech girls, because I think the window is still really open for this engagement. The enthusiasm is there, and we really need to invest in that. So yeah.
Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. And it's so exciting to hear all the interaction between the tech girls and the tech women across the different breakout rooms. I would say there, from hopping in the different breakout rooms as well, there were a few common challenges that I think really do go across countries, and some of that has to do with communication, and a lot of that has been, due to the COVID crisis and everyone really just needing to, take care of the day-to-day. So I do encourage you that as, we go into 2021, some of this has been very unique to this year. I do encourage you all to really utilize the LinkedIn group. I really think that this could be a really exciting platform to use to collaborate across countries, to really be able to network, share opportunities, promote these different events like Feel the Tech. And it really is your platform. So it is going to be what we make of it. So I just reshared it in the group. So please feel free to add yourself. I'll accept you into the group. If for some reason your name is different or something on LinkedIn, just send me a direct message, because I want to make sure we keep the group just for tech women and tech girls. So definitely communication. I would also encourage you all as we go into 2021 really to think about the leadership structure. I think with the Tech Girls Alumni Council, they're really excited. These Tech Girls are very excited to take a leadership role into the club and really help build the momentum and make a lot of these particularly online initiatives happen and engaging with the most recent cohort. So definitely be thinking about how you want to kind of structure things, because it really does take a team to make these things happen. So encourage you all to look at that, as well as the looking at, supporting tech girls who have just joined, tech women who have just joined. That really does help build the momentum. And something I even heard from Shatha was talking about, if you're excited about an idea, you have something you really want to do, just really start on it, and people will come alongside you and get excited about it. The hardest part really is just the first few steps in getting going. And I do want to just thank you all for your leadership and just for everything you all have done just this year. It's been just unparalleled in its challenges and just your bright shining faces. And I know that, you all are inspiring communities in every way. And so just thank you for your work, whether it's formal or informal. It does make a really big difference, and it's really, really important. So thank you all for that. And I would love to just kind of conclude with a short closing activity before we all say goodbye. I really am inspired by each and every one of you, and really would love to just take a moment to kind of talk about what inspires us. So I'll be sharing my screen for the last time to present here. I love to just also, we started out this meeting with some reflection. I would love to conclude this meeting with some reflection as well. And we've talked a lot about the challenges and the obstacles we face, but also the different ideas that we have. And really, this network of women is so unique and special, and we really are here to support each other. So I'd love to hear from you all. You can put this in the chat, or if you'd like to unmute yourself, you're welcome to share it out to the group if you feel comfortable, but please feel free to utilize the chat. What inspires you about being part of the Tech Women and Tech Girls community? So you can take a moment to think about it, add it to the chat, and then also unmute yourself if you'd like. Thank you also, Mary, for those who aren't able, maybe you're on your phone, can't access the chat. Mary from Legacies also provided a great note that Legacies found that setting regular bi-monthly day and time, second Saturdays of the month, which is what we've been doing as an organization, featuring a topic and people come. It's a way to encourage building momentum to your community group. So that's a really great option. Thank you, Mary. And that's really what we're doing with the Tech Talks as well, is just bringing the Tech Girls cohort together every other month. So thank you for that, Mary.
Yeah, that's what we found with Tech Women as well, with our enrichment webinars. And again, we'll be sharing some resources that we've already developed, which is just a really easy way for you to have a look at some of the videos and discuss with clubs. I think, as you were talking about, getting started can be a challenge, but if you have something ready to go that is a ready-made activity, hopefully I think you can see some more club engagement with that as well. So happy to share that out with all of you.
Thanks, Kelty. I see, Tama, you had your hand raised. Go ahead.
So I think one of the key things that keeps the momentum in the Tech Women, Tech Girls is mentorship. The ability of just pinging anyone within the community, having a question, seeing someone with a relevant experience that you're looking to, just ask about. It really brings people closer, and it really had it shows so many examples of women in STEM, women who I want to be like. I want to work in their field. I want to explore what it feels like to be someone in that field. I know so many tech women, especially Lebanese tech women, because most of my friends from Tech Girls and Tech Women are Lebanese. I have Laura, I have Nisreen, I have so many of those tech women that I pinged, and I was like, what does it feel like to be someone in the UX field? What does it feel like to be someone in this field? and it's like it creates some kind of like a feeling of family. You can easily just reiterate and stay in touch, and just maybe come across a meme and be like, oh, I remember Laura this meme, so I'm gonna send it to her. And I think that's like, it creates a really nice feeling of community, and I think that's like the best thing in TechWomen-TechGirls.
Thank you so much, Tama. I see Sura had her hand raised, so go ahead, Sura.
So what inspires me about the program is that I got to experience many things during the program and after it, whether to have a very, very lovely network and to be able to get experiences and to go through things that I would have not got from anywhere else. And it's really amazing that we are still in contact. I mean, during high school and even university, when we are very close to some people, we eventually lose contact. But with the girls, I feel like we share a common thing, and you always connect with the girls whenever you go, and that's really amazing. I think the network is really lovely.
Thank you so much, Sura. I see Ale from Morocco. Do you want to go ahead?
So hi everyone. So for me, what inspires me every single time about the Tech Girl, being a part of this community, is the network and the people I know right now. This is really helpful for me, especially now I'm a high school student. I'm still young, but this gives me a vision, because when I'm speaking to a lot of experts within this community, when I'm speaking to a lot of girls that are interested in several fields and topics, I just have more information and more clearer vision about what's coming next after college or so. For me, looking at all of those great girls and women, all those successful women inspires me every single time and push me to continue to try to achieve all the goals I have. So I think this is really helpful for me. Thank you so much for these opportunities.
Thank you so much. Wafa, I see you if you want to unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you. So what really inspired me in this community is the involvement of the tech women community when it comes to help you to reach your best performance. So I really I'm really grateful to Tech Women for their support, because this community allowed me to gain a self-confidence, to really realize things that I never dare to imagine or to dream of. And also not only the Tech Women community helped me not only to realize my dreams at a professional scale, at an international scale, but it allowed me also to give back also. For instance, when I was in 2012, I was really amazed by our mentors, and not only my mentor, my technical or cultural, the whole community of mentors were involved. When, for instance, I remember once I was talking about a topic of negotiation, and when I went, I was in Adobe, in fact, and when I went to my office, I found a book another mentor offered me about negotiation. So this culture of knowing how to listen to others is very priceless. And this is why I wanted to participate in the Tech Women program this year. And this is I was very happy to share with the Tech Women 2020 fellow, and it was my pleasure to help them reach their best performance during the preparation for the project. So Tech Women is a wonderful community.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Wafa. I think we're going to conclude with Salma. I saw that your hand was raised.
It's coming from the heart. So before the TechWomen, actually, I was this kind of girls or women that was not found in someone like her. Like the 1% around me is only the people who like me. So I have been studying 14 years of mathematics. And also I have been in business, and a lot of people don't understand this. But when all this started is like, you know, when you just find your place and you find the people unlike you and who understand what you are talking about and who get everything you are saying without even talking. Or this is actually what I am really proud and grateful about the TechWomen. And it's not just the program who ends up or the TechWomen-TechGirls community. I know that we are still all together in that. I have all the alumni who are contacting me. We have meetings, one-to-one calls, and you know, you find your family. We have the family that's God, or that we have with us, like the father, the mother, the brother, and all, we have them. And you have the other one that we choose. But I didn't choose the TechWomen, the TechWomen chose me. And this is something really great about it, because I know that whatever happens in my life, whatever done, I will be all the time finding someone around the globe, a woman, a lady, a girl, who will be there for me, whatever happened, and will support me. And this is something I'm really grateful about. And each time I am able to meet a new one, and I am amazed by everything. And I adore how humble everyone is, because you are really true leaders, you are true inspiration, but you are really all just like feeling us like normal. And I'm so proud to be among you. Thank you, everyone.
Salma, thank you so much. I can't imagine a better way to conclude our time together. Thank you so much for your inspiring words. And thank you to you all for joining. I know this was a very long Zoom call, so please get some tea or some coffee wherever you are in the world. And just thank you so much for your time. Kelty, if you have anything to add.
Yeah, just wanted to thank everyone. It was so inspiring to be here with all of you today, and thank you for your great contributions throughout the year. We know it's been challenging, but we're just so proud of each of you for just still having that spark to want to be a part of this community. And I loved hearing some of your reasons why it is such a special community, and we appreciate everything that you bring to it and all of the impact that you're creating. So as Haley said, we'll certainly follow up with you with some resources. Excited to hear more about your plans for 2021. And as always, just let us know how we can support you. We want these clubs to be authentic for each of you and allow you ways to contribute to the communities that you see fit. So thank you again so much. Happy holidays. We're very excited to see all of you today.
Thank you all. Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2021.
Yes.
Happy 2021.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fingers crossed for a
Fingers
better year.
crossed.
Thank you. Bye.